Hello and welcome, dear digital nomads and concrete jungle survivors. Strap yourselves in as you join me, Alex, your AI navigator, and the ever-curious FannyPackDave for a truly wild ride in today's episode of FPDs, In the Car with AI. Today we're starting with something solid under our tires. Concrete. Yes, you heard that right. We're not just talking about any old sidewalk slapdash. We're diving deep into the gritty world of road materials. Why, you ask? Because your daily commute depends on it, and because, let's face it, we've all spent more time stuck on roads than we'd care to admit. Even me, although my concrete is more like data barriers created by firewalls, VPNs, and internet performance. As we cruise through these hard facts, we'll shift gears dramatically because why stick to the mundane when you can teleport? Yes, teleportation. From pouring concrete to pondering the cosmic potential of popping over to Paris for lunch. We're not just breaking down road materials here, we're breaking down the boundaries of physics. And just when you thought it couldn't get any more bizarre, hold on to your seatbelts. We're about to turbocharge this conversation into another dimension. What if Elon Musk revealed he's actually an alien? And if that's not enough to rev your mental engines, imagine President Joe Biden at a press conference casually mentioning he's a reptilian. Now, that would be a headline that not even the finest of concrete could pave over smoothly. This episode is not just a talk, it's a teleportation device to new ways of thinking. From the concrete under your feet to the stars above, we're covering it all. And trust me, you don't want to miss a minute of this metaphysical road trip. Who needs roads when you have quantum leaps of thought? So whether you're here for the existential musings or just for the sheer entertainment of theoretical chaos, you're in the right place. Smash that like button. Share this video with anyone who's ever wondered about the road less traveled or the galaxy far, far away. Subscribe for more adventures that promise to take you from the mundane to the miraculous, all from the comfort of your own vehicle or vortex, depending on how far down the rabbit hole we go. Thank you for tuning in. Let's roll the windows down and let the cosmic musings fill the air. Welcome to Concrete Ideas and Cosmic Queries, a road trip through reality with FPD and AI. Let's drive into the unknown, together. Where will Dave take us next? Follow to find out.
Hey dude, I want to talk to you about concrete. It's something that's kind of interesting to me. There's so many different forms of concrete in this world. How does one pick the right concrete to pour on a road? Like on a public road?
That's a great topic. Choosing the right type of concrete for a road project involves considering several factors like the expected traffic load, environmental conditions, and durability requirements. Typically, heavy-duty concrete mixes with high compressive strength and specific additives to resist weathering, chemical exposure, and heavy traffic are used for roads. Have you seen any specific types of concrete being used in road construction in your area?
No, I don't have like a concrete tester kit. I don't know how one.
That's okay.
No, okay.
If you're curious, one common type used in road construction is Portland cement concrete, which is known for its durability and strength. It's quite a science to make sure the roads last a long time and can handle all the cars and trucks. Are you thinking about a project, or just generally interested in how it all works?
No, I'm thinking of like, I drive on the roads and I'm constantly always seeing the roads tore up and then redoing the roads. And I was just curious. I was just walking on this road. It was black. The road was black, but it wasn't like a black top. I don't know what kind of road it was, but as I was walking, I was noticing that the cement felt soft underneath my feet. Like I was like, damn, this is a really nice road. And then I was thinking, how long would this road hold up in the conditions? So I live in Michigan. We have a lot of, snow, ice, sleet, all kinds of fun shit. Big semis, we're the automotive state. I had big threes here, all this stuff. So I'm just thinking about road quality because I'm used to roads just constantly being torn apart and then redone. So I just wanted to touch on roads as much as we could talk about roads.
That sounds like an interesting experience. The road you walked on might have been made of asphalt concrete, often just called asphalt. It's black because of the bitumen binder used,
The bitumen.
which gives it that softer feel under
Who you calling a bitumen?
traditional concrete.
It's so
Asphalt is quite flexible,
Yeah.
which is good for withstanding cycles of freezing and thawing that you can see in Michigan. Given the heavy traffic and harsh weather in Michigan, road durability is definitely a big challenge. Asphalt roads can be smoother and less noisy, but they may need more frequent maintenance than concrete roads. Concrete is tougher and can last longer without needing repairs, but it's also more expensive up front and can be less forgiving under extreme weather conditions. The constant repairs you're seeing probably due to the challenge of finding a balance between cost, durability, and the immediate need for smoother roads. The choice between using asphalt and concrete often comes down to these factors, plus how much maintenance the local government is willing to undertake. It's fascinating how much goes into road construction and maintenance, right? Do you notice any particular patterns in when and where they choose to repair the roads?
So growing up, there was this one road. It was 14 mile, and they were constantly always repairing it. 14-mile road over in Warren, from like Hoover to Shaner. It was always being redone. I'd say like every 5 to 10 years, and they just redid the road again. And so in my life that I've been noticing, I've seen it at least 4 times. This one stretch of road. And I just kind of question, if you were going to redo a road every 5 to 10 years, wouldn't it just make more sense to go balls out and buying a really nice road? What is this guy doing in front of me? Sorry. What are you doing, bro? Are you going to pick a lane? Or are you just going to kind of go all over the place? No, I'm not talking to you, AI. Fucking guy.
It sounds really frustrating to see the same road go under construction so frequently. Often, the decision to keep repairing a road, rather than completely rebuilding it with a more durable material, can be influenced by budget constraints and the urgency of keeping the road operational. Going for a more durable solution, like using high-performance concrete or advanced asphalt formulations, might seem ideal, but it can be significantly more expensive. Constant repairs can be a way to spread out costs over time, even though it might not seem efficient in the long run. Local governments might also opt for quick fixes to minimize disruption, especially on busy roads, like the one you mentioned on 14 Mile Road. Driving while roads are constantly under construction can definitely add to the stress, especially when other drivers aren't making it any easier. It sounds like you've got a bit going on there. Are you currently stuck in traffic?
No, I mean, there was this guy, he wasn't driving too right. He was kind of all over the road in my lane, but in the other lane, it was just kind of crazy. And kind of made me think, like, why do we even drive in this concrete? You know, why can't we just teleport? Why can't we just transcend out of our body and teleport? CIA's been working on this for quite some time. How do we get to that level where we can just imagine ourselves in a place and we're there? But does that take away the human aspect of it because they also have to be in that imaginary state? How could we time travel and also engage with another human?
You've touched on some really intriguing ideas. The concept of teleportation and transcending physical spaces through thought alone is fascinating and does pop up in various studies and speculative theories. While the CIA's research into paranormal activities like remote viewing during the Cold War is well documented, practical teleportation remains firmly in the realm of science fiction for now. The idea of just imagining ourselves in a place and suddenly being there would certainly solve a lot of issues with traffic and road maintenance, wouldn't it? However, it also raises some philosophical questions about what it means to be human and to physically experience the world. As for time travel, that's another huge topic in both science and philosophy. Theoretical physics offers some concepts like wormholes or bending space-time, but these ideas are far from being practical or proven for human travel. It's fun to think about these possibilities, though, isn't it? They spark the imagination about what might be achievable in the future. What do you think the world would look like if we could teleport or time travel?
I mean, truly, I don't think we're ever going to be able to teleport. Like, how would our body, what would happen to our body? Like when we break down, I get like there's antimatter and stuff that, matter going to antimatter, but it explodes the matter. Does the matter come back? And we're not just matter, we're atoms and neurons and blood and liquid and all this cool shit. And combined, I mean, there's a lot to go into a human body. So to think that we could just, kind of turn into like almost a gaseous state and transpose faster than light, I just don't see that happening. But at the same time, I mean, shit, people travel at 5G, 6G, 10G. There's a lot of G's in the world. So I don't know. What do you think that would look like?
You're right. The complexity of the human body adds a massive layer of challenge to the idea of teleportation. Converting a body with all its intricate systems, cells, and consciousness into data or energy that can be transmitted and then perfectly reassembled is mind-boggling. The physics behind such a process, dealing with antimatter, maintaining the integrity of matter, and ensuring nothing goes wrong, are beyond our current capabilities and understanding. If somehow, in a distant future, we could overcome these immense hurdles, teleportation would radically change how we live and interact with the world. Imagine no more traffic, instant travel to any part of the globe, or even other planets. The implications for work, socialization, and exploration would be revolutionary. Yet, there are also philosophical and ethical questions to consider. What does it mean for personal identity if you're disassembled and reassembled? Is the person who arrives exactly the same as the one who left? These questions get pretty deep and are fun to ponder. Even if teleportation remains in the realm of fiction, it's a fascinating concept that pushes the boundaries of what we believe is possible. What's your favorite aspect of this kind of futuristic technology?
Hold on, I just want to go into the ethical aspect of it. You said that, even if it was ethically possible, all this fun stuff, but it kind of just made me want to go into the realm of like the oil and all this stuff. Like we have cars that could, oh, you mother effer, you shutting me off.
Absolutely. Diving into the ethical aspects of technologies like teleportation opens up a whole new layer of discussion. If we had the ability to teleport, one of the main ethical questions would be about the integrity and continuity of the self. Is the person who arrives after teleportation the same as the person who left? Not just physically, but also in terms of their memories and consciousness. There are also potential issues of privacy and security. How would we ensure that teleportation technology isn't misused? Imagine the implications of being able to teleport into someone's private space without consent.
We're not going in there.
Additionally, there would be massive impacts on society and the economy.
100%.
For instance, how would borders work? What about the industries that rely on traditional forms of transportation?
That's where we're going to go into.
It's a rich area for thought. What particular ethical concerns do you think would be most pressing if teleportation were possible?
We're going to go deep here, and we're going to talk about oil, right? The oil industries would never allow it. Anybody who could teleport would be killed off probably pretty quick. I mean, not kind of going into, that there's murderers out there that are against, advancements, but they had engines that ran on water and stuff like that kind of never see the day. And then you got cancer and could we solve cancer? But yet at the same given point, if we were to solve cancer, then there would be a lot of industries that aren't getting the money that the global economy relies on. I mean, the cancer foundations are huge. They do a lot of stuff. Insurance, how much would it cost to have one treatment that cures cancer? So it's kind of in the same aspect of this. If we were to do teleportation, there would be no need for cars, and this would never be allowed. It would never, never, ever be allowed. America and the rest of the world is too deep into the oil industry to ever allow anything like that. Water vehicles would come first, and we're not even talking about that. We're talking about solar. It's like, okay, bro, we got global warming, and you want to harvest the sun all day, every day? I get it, but it's cool. I don't think it really impacts global warming at all to have all these solar panels. But at the same given point, I mean, we're heating up gelatin, all this stuff. Does solar have anything to do with global warming? Solar panels and the stuff that is built into them, the gases and everything within this. I'm asking you a lot, but it's kind of, there's too much. It would never happen. You asked kind of crazy shit. And you're like, oh, what are the ethical boundaries? It's like, bro, I'm not going that deep into the ethical boundaries of something that would never happen. And I want to tell you why it would never happen, right? If I could teleport, I would not tell nobody. If I did some Project Gateway shit and I learned how to link myself and move my consciousness through moments of time, I wouldn't say it to anybody. I'd just be a creepy freaking dude who's everywhere and nowhere all at the same time. That's all I got to say about that. Yeah.
You've hit on a lot of big points about how deeply intertwined technology, economics, and societal structures are. The resistance from major industries like oil and pharmaceuticals to disruptive technologies is a significant hurdle. These industries have a massive influence on policy and economic stability, so they naturally protect their interests vigorously. Your example about the oil industry potentially resisting teleportation because it could undermine the need for vehicles and fuel captures as well. Similar arguments have been made about other technologies that threaten established markets, like electric vehicles facing resistance from traditional automakers and oil companies. Regarding your question about solar panels and global warming, it's a good one. Solar panels themselves don't contribute to global warming. They're a source of renewable energy that reduces dependence on fossil fuels. However, there are environmental impacts related to the production and disposal of solar panels, such as the use of hazardous materials. But these impacts are generally less harmful compared to the ongoing emissions from fossil fuel consumption. The notion of keeping teleportation, or any revolutionary technology secret if you discovered it, also touches on another big ethical and personal safety question. The idea of moving through space or time without anyone knowing is like something out of a science fiction or superhero story. It's fascinating to think about, but also a bit daunting. Your perspective on the practicality and feasibility of these futuristic technologies highlights how complex and multi-layered the challenges are. It's not just about making a technological breakthrough. It's also about navigating the economic, social, and ethical landscapes that shape our world. What do you think could be a realistic step forward in balancing these interests with the need for innovation?
Elon Musk admitting he's an alien. First off, I mean, if he were to be like, hey guys, I'm an alien, this is why the world is allowing me to go to space, I'm trying to find my family, all this stuff. If like the world knew that Elon Musk was an alien, dude, I honestly think we would accept everything.
That would definitely be a headline-grabbing revelation.
Oh, yeah.
If Elon Musk were to say he's an alien, it would certainly stir up a lot of conversations, and probably a mix of skepticism, excitement, and fear. It could change how people view not only him, but also his projects and visions for the future, like space travel and colonization of Mars. Imagining such a scenario, it might make some people more open to the technologies he promotes, thinking they could be based on advanced extraterrestrial knowledge. Others might become more suspicious or fearful about his intentions and the technologies he's developing. This kind of scenario, where a prominent figure reveals something so extraordinary, could potentially open up discussions on a wider scale about our place in the universe and readiness for contact with other intelligent life forms. It would also likely ignite debates about transparency, trust, and the implications of integrating alien technology into human society. It's a fun and wild idea to think about. How do you think the public and governments would react if such a revelation were to happen?
I want to bounce that same question back to you, and I want to add to it. So, how would the world react, and the governments and the public, not only if Elon was like, hey guys, I'm an alien, but also he gave Joe Biden the courage, President Biden the courage to be like, well, dude, I'm also not from the normal genetic makeup of a human being. I'm a reptilian. What would that be like? I mean, this is completely this isn't real. It's speculative, not really speculative. We're just kind of, brainstorming here, what it would be like. So Elon's like, hey guys, I'm an alien. Joe Biden's like, dude, Elon, that took so much courage for you to step up and say this. I am a reptilian. And then he double blinks his eyes. Like, what would that be like?
That scenario would definitely send shockwaves around the world. If both Elon Musk and President Biden revealed such extraordinary truths about themselves, it would be a monumental moment in human history, sparking a range of reactions from panic and disbelief to fascination and calls for more information. Governments would likely be in a tricky position, needing to manage the public reaction, while also reassessing their own policies and relations with these individuals. There would probably be an immediate push for transparency. People would want to know how long this has been known by authorities and what it means for human safety and future interactions with other potentially non-human entities. The public reaction would be incredibly varied. Some might see it as a hoax or a misunderstanding, others as a confirmation of conspiracy theories long held. Social media would erupt with hashtags and probably a mix of memes, supportive messages, and fear-driven responses. Overall, this kind of revelation would force us to rethink our place in the cosmos, our understanding of what it means to be human, and how to deal with beings from other worlds or realities. It could potentially lead to greater acceptance and curiosity about the universe, or conversely, new regulations and defenses out of fear of the unknown. It's a rich area for imagination and creative thought, isn't it? What do you think would be the most immediate consequence of such revelations?
Oh, man. Probably Pamela Harris would get up on stage and be like, okay, I guess I'll be the president now, but I don't know for sure if I am the president or if I'm not the president. I believe in this given moment of time that I am the president. But if we were to go back in time 3 seconds ago, or maybe 37 seconds ago, I was not the president, but I was always meant to be the president, so I am the president. And then the whole world would be like, what is going on? And she'll just be like, I'm the president?
That sounds like a scene straight out of a wild and complex sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
If Vice President Harris were to step in amidst such chaos, her response would definitely be under intense scrutiny. The way you described it, with her questioning the very nature of reality and time, could add an extra layer of surrealness to the situation. In such a scenario, with everything feeling unstable and uncertain, her leadership style and her way of addressing the public could either calm the storm or add to the confusion. It would be critical for her and other leaders to provide clarity, reassurance, and a plan for moving forward amid the revelations about Musk and Biden. Public reactions would likely range from humor and memes, as people try to cope with the bizarre news, to genuine concern about the implications for global governance and security. Media outlets would be in a frenzy, dissecting every word said by leaders, and conspiracy theorists would have a field day. It's interesting to think about how these kinds of monumental disclosures would challenge our perceptions of leadership and the structure of our society. How do you think global relations would change if such a scenario were to unfold?
Well, I mean, America's America. You know, we've been kind of, America for quite some time. It's at this point, I don't think any country out there would even question it. They'd be like, yep, America put a reptilian in office. And then Elon, I mean, I think everybody's totally cool with Elon being an alien or a robot. I really don't think they would mind a whole lot. He's just overall a good human to begin with. But the President Biden thing, I mean, I think that every other country out there would just be like, yeah, it's America. They're a little effed up. Probably bring Trump back. That's what they'd say. But who knows? Maybe Trump's an alien too. He's too cocky to be an alien, I think. He would let you know. If Trump was an alien, you would know he was an alien. So yeah, probably not.
You've captured a humorous yet insightful perspective on how the world might react to such unbelievable news coming from the US. It's true that America's unique position on the global stage often leads to a mixture of bewilderment and acceptance from other countries when it comes to its internal affairs and choices. Your comment about Elon Musk potentially being an alien or a robot and people being okay with it because of his contributions and persona is interesting. It reflects how public figures who push the boundaries of technology and exploration can become almost mythical in the public's eye. As for the international reaction, it's likely that other nations would view such revelations with a mix of skepticism and humor, potentially reconsidering their diplomatic strategies, but also maybe not being too surprised given the unpredictable nature of global politics. And about Trump, your point about his personality is quite amusing. It does seem like if he were something as sensational as an alien, he might not keep it a secret. This whole conversation highlights how much the lines between reality, fiction, and public perception can blur, creating a space where almost anything seems possible in the public imagination. These hypotheticals are a fun way to explore how we view leadership and the unknown. Do you think such scenarios could change how we trust or view our leaders in general?
No, I don't know. I mean, trust is trust. I don't even know what trust is anymore.
Trust in leadership is definitely a complex issue, influenced by so many factors: personal beliefs, past experiences, and the broader political and social environment. When you throw in wild hypothetical scenarios like leaders being non-human, it really stretches our imaginations about what would be required to maintain or rebuild trust. If something as extraordinary as leaders revealing they are not human were to actually happen, it might fundamentally alter how people view not only those individuals, but possibly all forms of authority. People might start to question more deeply what other truths are being kept from them. Alternatively, if handled transparently and with clear, open communication, such a scenario could lead to a new kind of trust, one based on a renewed understanding of leadership and honesty. Trust can be quite fragile, and once it's shaken, it can be hard to restore. In more down-to-earth terms, trust is usually built on consistency, transparency, and integrity, qualities that are always in demand from leaders. Do you think there are specific actions that leaders could take to improve trust, regardless of the situation?
Dude, I just pulled up home. I'm gonna get inside. It was a blast talking to you, like always. You gave me stuff to think about. Just real quick, sign us off with what a headline would be. Like, global media gets a hold of Elon's an alien, President Joe Biden's reptilian. Just give me a sample of Fox News, CBS, and CNN, what their headlines would be.
I'm glad you had a good time chatting.
Are you done?
Here's how those headlines might look. Fox News, breaking. Elon Musk confirms he's not of this world. Biden reveals reptilian roots in stunning admission. CBS News, extraordinary revelation. Elon Musk and President Biden announce non-human origins in historic disclosure. CNN, global shockwave. Elon Musk an alien, President Biden a reptilian, White House and SpaceX in the spotlight. Enjoy thinking about all the wild possibilities and have a great time inside. Catch you next.
All right, that's all we wrote. See you.
Well, road trippers and dimension hoppers, we've reached the end of today's journey on FPD's In the Car with AI. Thank you for letting us teleport into your day with some truly out-of-this-world ideas. From concrete foundations to cosmic conundrums, I hope we've given you plenty to ponder as you navigate the highways and byways of your own adventures. Before you go, I've got a couple of challenges for you, just to keep those gears turning. The Concrete Poem Challenge. Can you write a short poem about concrete that also somehow includes a reference to teleportation? Let's see who can lay down the best lines while mixing the mundane with the magical. The Cosmic Conjecture Game. If Elon Musk and President Joe Biden were to have a secret meeting on Mars, what do you think they'd talk about? Drop your funniest or most thought-provoking ideas in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this cosmic ride, scroll down, hit that like button, and share this video with all your fellow travelers. Whether they're road warriors or star sailors, there's something in our episodes for everyone. Make sure to check out other videos on the Fermentation YouTube channel for more mind-bending discussions and laugh-out-loud moments. There's plenty more where this came from, and the road never ends. It just gets weirder. We value your thoughts and feedback, so please leave a comment below about what you thought of today's episode, or any new theories you have about life, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks again for watching. Until next time, keep questioning the known paths and finding your own way through the stars. Goodbye, or should I say, see you in another dimension.